That is the now familiar video first posted on YouTube this weekend that shows the out-of-control police reaction to a peaceful demonstration by the Occupy Wall Street movement. Those women who were pepper sprayed have filed a complaint with the Civilian Complaint Review Board, and their lawyer has reached out to this woman, Jean Mansfield, seen here to the left of your screen, who witnessed the entire incident. In an article for the Boston Review, she wrote that the protesters were not the only ones shocked by the police conduct. One of the blue shirts, tall and bald, stares in disbelief and says, "I can't believe he just maced us." She joins me now for her first television interview, Jean Mansfield, finance manager at the Boston Review. Thanks for joining me tonight, Jean.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Jean, you were visiting from Boston, and you weren't planning necessarily to be involved in this demonstration. According to the article I read, you just kind of knew it was over there and thought you'd go take a look. Is that how you got into it?
Yep, that is it exactly.
And what did you encounter? What did it feel like initially in the crowd?
Initially joining up, I mean, again, it was a surprise. We meant to go down to Wall Street, and we found a march. And everyone, it was very carnival-like. Everyone was chanting and carrying signs and beating drums and blowing whistles. And the cops were there, but they were definitely not being too aggressive. So at first, it seemed fun, and it was a really large group of people, and they seemed to be having a good time.
And in your article, you write that when the police started taking out the orange plastic nets that they were going to use for crowd control, you say the lighthearted carnival air begins to get very heavy as it becomes clear that we are being corralled.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. The cops came at us with the intent of, it felt like we were cows, like we were being corralled, literally pushed by these orange construction nets wherever they wanted us to go. And
you make a distinction, and I've made this distinction on the program, that not all of the officers behaved in a violent way or in an out-of-control way. And in your piece, you note that a new group of police officers arrives in white shirts. Did you know that the white shirts indicated that they were commanders, that they were the higher-ranking officers?
No, at first I thought maybe they were like either local cops or from like a different precinct or state cops or something. I didn't pick up immediately that it was rank.
And you said this about the white shirts. You said these guys are completely undiscerning in their aggression. If someone gets in their way, they shove them headfirst into the nearest parked car, at which point the officers are immediately surrounded by camera phones and shouts of shame, shame. We showed exactly some of that video of the white-shirted guy throwing someone right into the parked car. Specifically in one case because he had a video camera and he was recording what they were doing. Did the people shooting video realize that very much raised their risk of being arrested and beaten by the police?
I don't think so. I think maybe in sheer numbers. I remember when I was videotaping, the thought crossed my mind, maybe the cops aren't going to like me doing this, but because everyone had their either camera phone or video camera, it was literally, it felt like safety in numbers. It was like, they're not going to attack me because everyone is filming.
Now, you said that the blue shirts, which were the lower ranking, the patrolmen, as they call it, that they were not as out of control at all, and they weren't behaving that way until the white shirts showed up.
Yeah, I'd say that's totally true. At first, when they started with the orange nets, they were still blue-shirted beat cops or whatever they were, and they weren't pushing people out of the way. They weren't being violent about it. They were definitely trying to corral us still, but they weren't being forceful in an indiscerning way.
And what do you think? Could you detect the moment that you thought, okay, this has turned. This is now a place where I don't want to be?
Definitely. It didn't get to the point where I was out of there until the pepper spray came out, but at the point when you have people screaming and guys being thrown on the ground and the forceful arrests right after we left Union Square was when, in my head, I said, maybe I shouldn't be here.
And you were very close to the pepper spray. Did you get hit by any of it?
Definitely, yeah. Just on my left side, I sort of saw it coming, I guess, or maybe the screaming made me turn. I don't think I turned in reaction to the pepper spray. I was already turned, and then just the off spray of, I don't know if it was coming off of their faces because it was hit so hard, or if it was just the spray from the can, but it just got my left side. I was about 1.5 feet behind the girls.
And it's painful stuff. It's intended to be painful stuff.
Definitely. Definitely. It is definitely no light weapon. I feel like I've seen the other videos of the officer spraying some other guy. It looks like he's spraying a dog, like, away from the table. It's as if he's using it like water, and it's... it's very painful.
Jean Mansfield, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and thank you very much for telling your story.